Kendrick Lamar arguably had the greatest single year in rap history. He took down Drake in what many would call the greatest rap beef of this generation. Hell, he has the entire country rapping their hearts out to a song that's calling Drake a whole ass pedophile and Not Like Us. Mind you, Not Like Us also just swept the Grammys by winning in 5 different categories. As far as winning goes, Drake stans might disagree with you, but at this point, them niggas are too far in denial, and honestly, y'all should just cut them niggas some slack and let them cope at this point. To top it all off, after months of anticipation, K-Dot finally performed at the Super Bowl just last Sunday. And to my surprise, the reaction to it was extremely mixed. Now, I knew this was going to happen with the ongoing feud between Drake stans and Kendrick stans. However, a lot of casual viewers feel let down by Kendrick's performance too. And hell, I won't even lie, I expected to hear a couple of hits from To Pimp a Butterfly or Damn, and I high-key was expecting Baby Keem to be a surprise guest. And it led me to wonder, damn, no pun intended, did Kendrick miss the landing? Let me explain why I'm feeling this way. We're not gonna rehash the entire beef again, but we all know Kendrick and Drake went song for song in the greatest rap beef in this generation. And Kendrick won with his hit song Not Like Us, in which he essentially calls Drake a pedophile. The song has been #1 for I don't know even how long, and it's broken a ton of records and won a ton of awards. The song was so damn lethal that it exercised the gangster rapper that Drake tried to get us to believe that he was, and he started suing his label UMG, saying that they allegedly used bots to boost the song. UMG said, nigga, we did the same thing for you too. And Drake ended up withdrawing that first suit, which was actually a petition to file the second suit, which calls Not Like Us anti-Semitic. So if you're following along, you understand that Drake was really just trying to do whatever he could to keep Kendrick from playing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. That's all that was about. And actually writing this video, I realized that Drake might not have even cared about the song being played, but more so being called a pedophile, because again, it's the Super Bowl, the biggest stage in the United States. And who wants to be called a pedophile with 133 million people watching? Kendrick played the song, but replaced the word pedophile with a scream. The crowd went crazy, and you could hear everyone yelling A minor and all that. Kendrick won. He topped the beef off by playing his biggest diss to Drake on what ended up being the most viewed Super Bowl halftime show ever. And it should feel sweet, right? At first it did to me, but when I rewatched the entire show and then reviewed the criticisms a lot of people were offering towards the show, it put me into critical thinking mode. If you saw the show, you saw that it was full of on-the-nose symbolism and messaging, from having Samuel L. Jackson cosplaying as Uncle Sam, to the background performers wearing the individual colors of the American flag, red, white, and blue. Everybody has their thoughts on what Kendrick might have been trying to represent or illustrate, and while I won't go into those, we can say for certain that he used his halftime show to send a message to the viewers. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that it's a bad thing or a problem, but more so pushing the question, was the Super Bowl the right time to send your message while at the same time topping off your beef with Drake? I get it, Drake is not like us and he's Canadian, but at the end of the day, he's still a black man. And the halftime performance didn't just spell out inclusiveness with white people or whatever, but rather a strong pro-black message. And if I'm being unbiased, dissing Drake, yet executing a pro-black message at the Super Bowl is hypocritical. Other issues and complaints with Kendrick's performances included complaints like the mic sounding low, to the songs not really getting the crowd into the performance. Now, earlier in an interview, I remember Kendrick saying that he's into more of the now in regards to his music, so he kept his word by playing mostly GNX songs. But what I'm trying to get at here is that the performance wasn't the flashiest, and the messaging was melatonin to non-Kendrick fans. Hell, the show felt like it was built for and aimed for the TV viewers rather than the people who were actually at the show. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and try to stain or tear down the show because I thought it was incredible. But also knowing what Kendrick Lamar is capable of, I feel like he could have dug into his bag of hits to help make the messaging more digestible and entertaining, especially if he's trying to push it onto everyone and not just black people. That's what made Damn so special to me, his ability to make hit songs and push that message as clear as day to his listeners. That's Kendrick Lamar in a nutshell to me. This is why I wonder if Kendrick missed the landing. And to tell the truth, I think he did. Like I said earlier, Kendrick has a deep bag of hits that he definitely could have used to push his message and also entertain the crowd. It's the Super Bowl halftime show. I don't think I've ever heard a crowd as quiet relative to other Super Bowl halftime shows, of course, as I did during Kendrick's performance. That, and again, simultaneously using the show to push a message and put the quote-unquote final nail in the coffin on Drake, could come off as hypocritical depending on what you took away from the message behind the performance. I think personally, if he'd had dug into his bag and maybe even had brought out Baby Keem or another guest, the energy would have been much more different. Playing Not Like Us and nailing Drake, pause, still could have come off as hypocritical to some, but at least they couldn't argue that the show in its entirety wasn't one for the ages. I feel like with this show, Kendrick cut off a lot of his power level, sort of how Frieza did during the Namek saga, where he'd stay in a Pacific form until he needed to get stronger. With that being said, what do you think? Do you think Kendrick missed the landing with his halftime show performance? Do you think another guest or him performing older hits from Damn or say his other projects, would that have energized the crowd? Whether you think so or not, let's talk about it in the comments. If you like this video, please let me know by leaving a like, obviously. Subscribe for more. Deuces.